Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mr. 707. Try to get in another video, answer a couple of questions, read a few comments from the last, I guess, 48 hours or so. Went to a meeting this morning. Got some good words out of my AA meeting. Get to hear from some people that have years and years of sobriety. Get to hear from people that are new to sobriety. I'm kind of new, even with over a year. There's people with 5, 10, 15, all the way up to 30 years or more of sobriety that still attend AA meetings, and it's good to hear from them. It's inspiring to hear from people in their sobriety, and it's also inspiring to hear from people that sharing the same thoughts and feelings that I share. So it was a good meeting. I did a video a couple days ago talking about Fps Russia. Just to clarify a few things that I got wrong in the video. He didn't do a few years in prison, and also he's not newly released. I came to the assumption that he did a few years because he did go to federal prison. He actually only did like 60 days, which is amazing. I never heard of such a thing until recently. The lady who's involved in the college admission scandal that pled guilty, she only did like about a month or something like that, maybe even a little less. I didn't know that you can receive such a short sentence in a federal prison. This is a first for me. So that's why I did make that mistake that he did some years. He also is not newly released. He's been out a little while, and I think he's just maybe more so starting to make some traction on doing podcasts and talking about what happened. And basically what happened is he was accused of possessing hash or marijuana, and they ran into a legal issue with him and all those firearms, where you need some type of federal licensing to possess the type of firearms he had. So basically, they wanted to hit him with that charge, and they took all those guns from him. So that's what happened with that. So I did make a mistake on that last video that I posted, just so I want to amend that here. Somebody asked me if I'm into firearms and would I do a video on firearms. I actually, at the beginning of my YouTube career a couple of years ago, I did have some firearms videos of me just shooting my personal firearms at a shooting range, which have since been taken down. Just with the whole political climate and the issue with gun violence and mass shootings going on in America, that I felt like that I didn't really want to associate my channel with that, so I did take them down. Whether or not somebody owns firearms is as a private citizen is really nobody's business unless you want to put that business out there. So whether or not I own firearms, I'm not going to go to that issue. I don't really want that associated with my channel. YouTube is also restricting stuff, or they're kind of restricting stuff like that, and I've been affected by gun violence in my life by people that I've known that have died due to gun violence, and I'm just not gonna promote the whole idea on my video. I don't have anything against guns personally. I do believe that there should be some oversight and background checks and things like that. Do people have rights to own firearms unless the government says that you are not fit to be a firearm owner? So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Also, I'm gonna answer some questions. Somebody raised a question to do a video about how I got my YouTube name and what my name is. I'm not gonna put my full government name out there, which there's nothing wrong with it. There's a lot of YouTubers such as Wes Watson or Black Biggot. His name is known. I'm gonna leave myself a little bit of anonymity. I'm pretty sure if people wanted to figure it out, they could. But my first name is Mike. I won't go into my last name. How I got my YouTube name is I reside in an area that uses the 707 area code. So I reside in that area, and also as part of like my email, one of my email addresses is my first and last initial and first and last name, and then 707 at the end. And I have another one that said Mr. 707 or something like that, an old email address. So it's just when I was looking for a YouTube name. Originally it was my full government name, and then I wanted to change it to like a more of a YouTube persona. I adopted the Mr. 707, and it stuck. It was not always Mr. 707 Vlogs. I changed that as of recently within the last 6 months too, and I added the vlogs to Mr. 707. So if you see me address myself as Mr. 707, that's why, because originally my YouTube name was Mr. 707. So yeah, and then if you see like my logo with the black and white, lion, those are like my favorite colors, black, white, to wear as far as like clothing and stuff like that. You might see me wear a lot of black. It's my favorite color. It's kind of like a yin and yang style with the lion. I love lions. Well, I'm a Leo. That's like my favorite animal is lions. So that's how I came up with the insignia for the my Mr. 707 logo. In case you didn't know. A couple people asked where I reside. I reside in the Bay Area in California, Northern California. Good area, nice weather, super expensive, pushing a lot of people out for the prices. A lot of traffic. You got some crime in some areas, but it's a nice place. Just like I say, great weather. It's starting to become harder for a lot of people to afford to live in, and you know, I don't know. I don't foresee myself leaving anytime soon. You know, I was born and raised here, and I was born in Oakland, California, which is not a 707 area code. Most of my family was from Oakland, California. I was born there, lived there for a little bit, went to school there, but I was raised about 20 miles outside of Oakland. Spent a lot of time there with cousins and grandmothers and church and this and that, but for the most part, I was not raised in Oakland, California, just outside of it though. So let me see if I can find any other questions that somebody asked. A lot of people are here from Biggot's channel. I think within the first 24 hours, I gained like 100 subscribers directly from Biggot, and then within the next day, probably another, I want to say 15 or 20 subscribers. So in a 48-hour period, I probably picked up about 120 subscribers from Black Biggot, which is very cool, man. Much appreciated, man. Just the power of that message alone speaks volumes for you, Biggot. So yeah, that was cool, man. I really do appreciate that. I actually, the first day he shouted me out, because the first time he shouted me out, it was on a live, and he usually deletes his lives. So if you didn't catch the live, you didn't see that first shout out. But the second time he shouted me out on an actual video, his latest recent video, and he pinned my comment up in the comment section. That's what did it right there. I did get some views and subscribes from that original live, but the actual video that he left up, that's right there is what did it. And he actually broke my record for views in one day. Just over 1,000 views in one day. I had one day back in December 2018 where I was at like 900 and something views. Yeah, 900. It was just under 1,000 views. That was initially my record, but the Black Biggot shout out actually broke my record for views in a day. It was over 1,000 views, close to 1,100 views in one day. A good day for me is like 400 views. But an average day is probably 200 or so views a day. So yeah, that alone crushed it. And it much appreciated again. Thank you, man. That was awesome, man. It really was. A lot of people commented, man. A lot of people, man. Hey, Bay Area stand up here from Black Biggot. Sub Black Biggot. A sub come from Black Biggot. Keep watching your videos, brother. A lot of people gave me a lot of words of encouragement. It was, man, that was awesome, man. I really enjoyed that, and it felt great, man. For the most part, everybody's cool. We had like one person who keeps leaving like some stupid comments. People don't take you serious when you leave those dumb comments, man. I could block you, but I'm not gonna do that right now unless it gets a little too out of hand. One guy says, Mr. Branson Baston, you need to write down a script or something before you start a video. Your speed of talking and the and you knows loses people's attention. I agree with you. I probably won't be writing a script because it's just too time consuming. I like to go off the cuff. It just take practice for me, man. I think I can improve that without doing a script for every single video, because that would just slow down. It would just take way too long. For certain types of videos, yeah, it would make sense to write a script but for vlogs, you typically don't want to write a script. So that was a good idea. But thank you for calling me out on I did notice it. I commented on a couple of videos that I kind of repetitive with my words, and I'm learning to speak better on camera. I'm learning. So, but yeah, I probably won't be writing a script just for vlogs. I'm just gonna practice and try to get better. Hopefully you guys can bear with me. Hopefully it doesn't scare you off. Chrissy is spelled Kryssi. She wrote on one of my videos, "It's cool that you're sharing knowledge." She also gave me a lot of words of encouragement. Justin Williams, I'm subscribed from Black Biggot. Julie Nelson wrote, "If you want to see his heart, watch his other channel, Lamont at Large." JS Spitta 707. What part of 7 are you, 7, bro? I'm from the field. That's Fairfield, California. I reside in Vallejo. I'm not really from Vallejo. Like I said, I adopted. I love it out here in the 707. I'm not really from the 707 though. I do use Mr. 707 Vlogs as my YouTube name. I'm here now though, and I've been here for probably like the last 7 years, almost 8 years. I lived in Fairfield a few years back. Gone with the Kale wrote, "Hit the gym when the monster bites. Not a side of remedy, but damn well helps." And that's true. That's some good, kind words. I appreciate that. She left a few other comments, and we went back and forth. And I hope you keep watching. Thank you for the feedback, man. It really means a lot to me. Javier Jr. 201, subscribe to your channel, bro. I'm from his channel. Like your content, bro. Thank you, bro. That means a lot. If I missed a comment or something, probably the mailman. If I missed a comment, I'll eventually get to it. I'll try to answer back, reply back. I just got a lot of them at one time in the last couple days. So if I'm not busy or something, I'll sit down and go through and reply to these comments and acknowledge the fact that you did comment. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I don't use canned comments like I said, to where the system will automatically send a canned comment out. I try to be more personal in that, and just a lot of people shouting out that they came from Biggot's channel. We got Ghetto Wedo 7414. He said he came from Black Biggot. Shout out on his channel. He goes into how he was he's an ex-addict, heroin, alcohol, cocaine, everything else. Spent 17 years in prison, either selling or collecting debts, and he said he can relate to the story, man. Keep up the good work. Much appreciated, man. He also said that he's going to be on 23 and 1, which is like a prison channel. people that got out of prison. Fresh Out with Big Hurt, that's another prison-based channel. So he said he's gonna be on that channel, man. We're gonna keep a lookout for him. I told him he should get into creating his own YouTube channel, and he replied back with that, you know, it's kind of self-conscious about talking on camera, which I understand totally. If you want to get into YouTube, you just gotta get out of that, and you just gotta practice, man. It takes practice makes perfect speaking on camera. I'm not the best at it. I have greatly improved at it. But yeah, man, Ghetto Wedo 7414. Yeah, man. Hope to hear from you again, man. Just a lot of love in the comments, man. A lot of love, man. And man, it was greatly appreciated, man. So I wanted to get a video out and talk about some of the comments. I can't get to everybody. Eventually, you know, stick around, make yourself known. You will get that shout out. And I just want to talk about, you know, a few things. Why I push sobriety. Another reason why I push sobriety, and you know, people tend to do certain things that could ruin their life when they are intoxicated. Or people like to tend to use the excuse that they didn't know that was a crime, or they didn't know what they were doing. In the eyes of the law, ignorance is no excuse. So basically, you can't tell the law that I didn't know that was a crime, or I wasn't in my right state of mind because I was intoxicated. That there is no excuse. So you want to get your life together before something altering like that life-altering like that happens. The prison system is filled with people who just went down the wrong path, made a mistake in life, and it just ruined their life forever. Nobody is exempt from making certain mistakes, but you can avert a lot of mistakes by changing your behavior now. You know, drinking and driving is never a good thing to do, ever. Never drink and drive. Always get you a designated driver, an Uber driver, you name it. But if you're in a constant state of intoxication, your reasoning and your ability to make correct decisions can be altered. So just that's why I push sobriety. A lot of people are in denial about their alcoholism, but a guy in an AA meeting said a wise word today. He said he drank to forget all of his problems, and then when he got sober, all those problems were still there. He had to face it. He had to face all his problems head on. He had, basically, he ran away from his problems with that bottle, and that can make your problems worse. Running away from and not facing your problems make your problems worse. And then when he chose to get sober, all of those problems, it kept coming at him. Even years later, these problems that he ran from are catching up to him. So, why even put your life through that? Why even destroy your life and put it on a path of just negative outcomes? It's best to just, I'm just going to push total sobriety for people, man. Even if you think that you can handle that bottle or that drug, and it, eventually, man, it could have some life-altering effects on you, man, and it is serious, man. It really is, man. So I would recommend people to just abstain from substances 100%, man. And Biggot, man, like, it's probably hard for you to say this, but your situation, some people could say it could be from alcohol, man. People make life-altering mistakes, and they, just like with the kid who body slammed that lady who worked at Popeye's Chicken, man. He didn't realize how bad this was going to be and how negative it's going to affect him. He didn't realize that at the time that he did this, that this was going to destroy his life potentially. He was just reacting. He was just doing, but he wasn't thinking. So we as people have to get in the habit of thinking before we do certain stuff. And alcohol, alcohol destroys your brain. Alcohol has some of the worst effects on the human organs, and your brain is one of the things that alcohol destroys. And you need a properly functioning brain to make proper decisions in life. So if you're constantly drinking, you're limiting your ability to make rational decisions. Okay. I wish I would have gotten help for alcoholism years ago, man. I'd be a much better man. I'd be in a much better place if I would have got help years ago, man. So that's what I'm pushing, man. I'm gonna limit the video. I don't want to go too long in the video. But yeah, man, I appreciate all the love and support. If you haven't, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so I won't get lost in the sea of YouTube channels. Hit that bell notification if you'd like to hear some of my more recent videos. And like I said, all the love's greatly appreciated. All the new subscribers, welcome. Feel free to comment, like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate that feedback. All right, Mr. 707 is out.